Vikas, from a stock market perspective, how do you see this opportunity really play out? One is, of course, all these trade plays that we have seen, whether it is Dixon or Aarti Industries or a whole bunch of companies. But there, the market has already recognized those opportunities for a for a good many years now. Are there any other pockets? I mean, do you look at it any differently in terms of how, if you take a slightly longer term frame, let's say 3 to 5 years, do you see these playing out any differently, any new opportunities? For example, if we were to assume jobs are going to be in demand, would you look at staffing companies? Is there any different way of playing these streams apart from what we already see talked about?
Well, I think Mahalakshmi, it's a very large decadal opportunity, and I think, in my opinion, it'll be very big disservice to say that it has played out, because I think, in any part, first 2 years, of course, there's a euphoria, then this consolidation happens, and then I think again the next leg of run happens. It is part of any sort of run. To give you some sense, I think if you look at 2002 to 2008 run, which was largely capex and investment cycle driven, in that period, companies like Bharat Forge went on to become 15x. Thermex became almost 17x. L&T became almost 15x. Now, I mean, if you kind of early part write it off, and I remember that time because we had started, and some people said, "Our stock has gone up 100%. Why should we play now?" And you miss out on the low. So I think I would say probably first of all, one should not be worried about, because it's a long decadal trend. Of course, you can't go and back and buy in 2020. If I had a choice, I would definitely go and buy back, right? So it is right now, according to me, it's early stage, not really very late stage. Number one. Number two, I think so first you play through the sectors which are beneficiary, where whether it is chemicals, specialty chemicals, APIs, consumer electronics, defense, capital goods, toy manufacturing, footwear manufacturing, engineering services, building materials. I mean, it is a very, very, very wide, because we practically import a lot of things. I mean, from China and elsewhere. So first is import substitution, and then export tapping opportunity. Once you have capability, you do see that. So I think the opportunities from both fold, and hence, and in manufacturing, the opportunities are always in step function, because you got to do capex before you get the growth. So you will always see stocks doing well in step function. So it's a huge sort of first order play, and then of course second order play like staffing companies and many more. One can there will be lots of derivatives, and I'll tell you that we every day encounter something new, that this sector is also beneficiary from this. So because when a massive trend comes about, it plays over a period of time, and then you tend to sort of see a very broad based opportunity profile, and still you are seeing many companies coming about which are at early stage, which can become 5x 10x in fullness of time. So I would say that look at from that point of view. And also, I think it will be wrong to assume that there won't be any hiccups. There won't be. It's only one way green path. There won't be any challenges. There will be challenges. There will be periods of correction, periods of volatility. No sector has that. I mean, when we had IT cycle, which has created massive wealth in India, we've seen many stocks corrected 30, 40% in that cycle, and then still went on to become 100x and 200x, right? So I, in that sense, see manufacturing pretty in the same way where probably IT was in mid 90s, or China was there in probably early 2000s from a manufacturing standpoint of view. So currently, whatever sectors which I just outlined are there, and many more are emerging. Like today, if you have to play toy manufacturing, which is a very big opportunity, there are no playable opportunity in India. But I can tell you 5 years down the line, there will be many companies which will be in the stock markets listed, which will be kind of catering to that demand both domestically as from export point of view. Footwear manufacturing. Today, you can't play many, I mean, there are hardly any play from a footwear manufacturing point of view, not retailing. And they will come about and they will become large there. Like this niche sectors, niche opportunities will come about. And idea is to keep an eye on it and be believer in it. See, problem is that most of the people are non-believer. If you're a believer in it, if you understand the underpinning of why it will work this time around, you will approach the opportunity from a very different point of view. But if you're skeptic, that time you will always see the temporary opportunity, and then you will probably not. So idea of my at least what I'm trying to communicate is that if you are a believer in it, you will see with the right perspective, and then there are companies with huge capability, huge balance sheets, capability, technical capability, demand customer credibility, and those are the companies if you tap, I'm sure one will come out very well.